Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are looking at the NFL Prizepicks plays for Super Wildcard Weekend for Saturday specifically. We have a two-game slate today. I have 6 props I want to share with you guys. Probably have an NBA video later today, but I know a lot of you guys will be looking at NFL first, so I wanted to get a video out for this. Let's go ahead and get started. I have 6 props. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, appreciate it if the like button, subscribe if you have not already. First prop we are looking at is going to receiving yards, and starting off by taking a Charger. That's going to be Austin Eckler over 37.5 receiving yards. Definitely seems low for not having Mike Williams there. Terrible decision by Staley. Fireable decision last week playing those guys late into the second half when there was no chance of them moving out of the 5 seed. So it cost him. Probably will cost him his job if they do not advance today. I love Eckler over 37.5. He's going to get a ton of targets. He's probably going to see an uptick in snaps too. During the regular season, they see them. The Chargers sometimes will rest Eckler for a series or two, but in the playoffs, that's all goes out the window, especially with them not having Mike Williams. First meeting between these two teams this year, he had 8 catches for 48 yards. You could take his over receiving catches or targets if you wanted to, but I really do like the yards for him. Next prop we are going to is receptions, and we are taking another Charger here. This one we are taking Joshua Palmer, or we're going to be taking Gerald Everett over 3 receptions. It seems super low. He plays almost all of the snaps when they are looking to throw. From when they are in passing situations, he's lined up as a tight end. He has played well all season, and typically you might expect a push, but I do expect this one to hit, and I expect Herbert and company to throw a lot. First meeting, he threw 45 times, just under 300 yards. They only put up 10 points, but a lot of these guys did have good games. So 3 receptions. Feel like this one is probably easy one to take the over on. Next, we are going over to some touchdowns scored. And this one we are looking at is, first we can find the touchdowns. We're looking at Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle over half a touchdown. Purdy has been locked in on George Kittle since he's been the starter. Kittle has had 2+ touchdowns in 3 out of the last 4 games. You expect them to still be able to put up some points here, even if the 49ers do like to go to the run a little bit more, especially in Purdy's, if he has some butterflies in his first playoff game. However, they'll still be able to score some touchdowns, I'd say, through the air, especially going to, you have Ayuk, who has 8 receiving touchdowns on the year. He's really stepped up, especially when Samuel missed some time. And you have Kittle, who's playing the best football that he's played recently. He has 7 touchdowns in his last 4 games. So I'll put some money that at least one of those 2 will have a touchdown today. And you get both from the same team, which makes it look even better for a team that's expected to win and put up a good amount of points today. That is the third one. Next, we are going over to receiving yards. Back to that. There's another Charger that I think looks pretty good. Allen looks fine at 80.5, but I'm taking Joshua Palmer over 48.5. He's going to have to be the number 2. We've seen him have good games this year without Mike Williams, or even without Keenan Allen for a good bit. In games without Mike Williams this year and last year, we've seen Palmer have 4+ games of over 40 receiving yards. He had 5+ catches in every game except for one, at least 5, and then he had a 100+ yard game. That was November against the Falcons. He's going to be playing almost every single snap opposite of Keenan Allen, Keenan Allen plays out of the slot. But you'll see those guys play a lot. But in a matchup where they'll probably be looking to throw a lot, both teams, especially the Chargers, they like to throw a lot. I like taking the over on Palmer. Next, we're going to pass completions, and we are taking an under on Brock Purdy. I expect them to probably utilize some McCaffrey, and Eli Mitchell had a great game last week. Expect them to run on the ground against the Seahawks a little bit, especially, they probably don't need to if they do get out to a big lead, which by the game script by Vegas, so they're favored by almost 2 touchdowns. They're probably going to have a lead at some point, if not a double-digit lead at some point. Actually, they're favored by 9.5, so almost 10 double digits. You'll probably expect them to run a lot. Purdy might have some easy short completions. They'll probably not want to make him make a mistake that'll change the momentum of the game or anything like that. So I like the under here. They just played them in December. He had 17 completions. You could take his attempts under as well if you wanted to, or instead. but that's the 5th prop we're looking at. And then the final prop, we're going back to receiving yards, and we are taking the over on a Jags player to do a bring back. Expect this one to be probably a better game in terms of if you want to take both sides of it. You could see the Seahawks kind of get shut out or have a tough game. So I don't have any props on the Seahawks side here against a tough 49ers defense. But I love Christian Kirk. He had a great game against Tennessee. And even though he has some down games here, Lawrence, they're at home. He likes to look to Kirk a lot. We saw some games where you had like Evan Ingram go off. You had some games where Zay Jones goes off. But Kirk's been still pretty reliable. He does get into the he does have opportunities to get into the end zone, and he just runs great routes. So I like him to get at least 58 receiving yards in this playoff game today. And that is it for this video. So we're looking at over 37.5 receiving yards on Eckler, over 3 receptions on Gerald Everett, over half a touchdown between Ayuk and George Kittle, over 48.5 receiving yards on Palmer, under 19 completions for Purdy, and over 57.5 receiving yards for Christian Kirk. So thank you for watching. Best of luck today. Hope you guys make some money. If you have other props, leave them in the comments below if you want my opinion or somebody else's opinion in the community. And I will catch you all next time.